Greetings, this is Keith Courville, Director of Professional Development for the Associated Professional Educators of Louisiana. As per many of teachers' questions in the state, we'd like to take a moment and discuss some tips and examples for setting reasonable goals in your student learning targets. The first tip I have for you is along the lines of data analysis. Make sure you're using percents over scale or raw scores. And also, keep in mind standard deviations, i.e. the bell curve of student achievement. There's going to be an effect of diminishing returns on both extremes. You might expect students at the very bottom of the achievement profile to score very unpredictably. Some might be there from low prior content knowledge or learning disabilities, etc., and some might be there for other reasons. So you can't quite predict very easily their growth. On the other hand, students that already have high prior content knowledge on their pretest, you would expect them to grow very little on the upper side of the scale. In addition, make sure you're differentiating subsets. You cannot expect most of your low achievers to score in the range of high achievers. If you feel that you or your principal have already made a mistake in submitting your student learning target, be assured that the state does promise you can redo them or modify them. Also keep in mind that all students learn and grow differently, and that teachers know their students best. Make sure that you have input in your student learning target and you're the primary voice for the student. And also, as a final tip, we want to caution you against thinking in terms of no child left behind. 100% of students are not going to perform or achieve at a 100% level. It's just statistically impossible. Make sure you're setting realistic and rigorous goals for every single student subset. And let's take a look at those kind of subsets. Here's an example with chemistry. And what you can see here is that there are three subsets. First, the majority of students who scored below 20%, we would expect them as a goal to score around 30% on the final exam. In addition, students that are scoring between 20 to 30%, you could expect them to grow a little more, and so you would say about 60% on the final exam. And then, if they're already scoring more than 40%, you can expect that they might get to around 75%. My final advice is to make sure you're dividing up your SLTs into appropriate subsets and have goals that are appropriate for each subset in and of itself. And keep in mind, you can alter both the population, in this case I used majority, meaning simply 51% or more than half, the achievement range, i.e. the subset, or the goal itself, the actual final score. And by modifying these three parts of your student learning target, you can find that reasonable goal that fits the needs of the individual learners. Thank you for your time, and if you have any questions, be sure to email me or post on our Facebook. Thank you very much.